Sloppy Joe cornbread casserole. We're starting with a pound of ground beef already browned up on the oven. In the stove. All right, so next part we're gonna take our ketchup. We're gonna do about half a cup's worth of ketchup in here. We're gonna be mixing quite a few things in there. I mean, well, it wouldn't be Sloppy Joe without that, right?
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna do 8-ounce can of tomato sauce. So really tomato-y.
It's like tomato on tomato.
Mm-hmm. Tomato and tomato. And then my favorite part of pretty much any recipe, the minced garlic. We're gonna do about a teaspoon's worth. I'm gonna do a hefty one because I'm a garlicky boy. Let's go ahead and mix that in a little bit before we get the other ingredients. Make it a little easier on ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we got that nice and mixed in there. We're gonna take about 2 tablespoons worth of brown sugar, which is about what I have left in this bag. So I'm just gonna dump the whole thing, trying to be resourceful, use what I got. Dump that in there. We're gonna do about a teaspoon worth of yellow mustard. Nice little, there we go. A little bit more, and one more. Okay. We're gonna do about a teaspoon worth of Worcestershire sauce. Get a nice little meaty flavor in there. And last but not least, we got our black pepper. About half a teaspoon's worth in there. All right, so then let's mix all that together. We're mixing it together and we're about to dump it into our 8x8 baking dish. This is gonna require an 8x8. So a lot of my stuff's 13x9, but people, this one you want to have it 8x8, because this ain't gonna be enough for a 13x9. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we're gonna get that good and mixed in there. We're gonna dump that into the bottom of our 8x8. A little slippery. Into the bottom of our 8x8. We got that nice and all the crumbs and bitties out of there. All right.
Smells like Sloppy Joe.
It surely does. Okay, so let's get the bottom nice and smoothed out, and then we're going to go on to our next step. All right, now that we have that, put that to the side, we got our Jiffy cornbread mix. One of my favorite things in terms of baking any kind of dish. So we're going to dump the whole thing in here. Got it all out of there. Make sure you got all the crummies. Then we're going to take a 1/3 cup of milk. Pour that over the top. 1 large egg. I got a country egg from Kentucky here. And we're going to whisk that together. Okay, so we got that pretty nice and mixed in there. The next step, we're going to take this sharp cheddar cheese. We're going to take half of this bag. This is 2 cups worth. So we're going to put 1 cup's worth. Just kind of pinch it right there. Mix it into the cornbread mixture here that we have. I'm going to take my spatula and kind of just
fold it in.
Just kind of fold it into there. We're going to spread it on top of that meat mixture that we just created. I'm going to try not to drop this slippery glass bowl while I'm doing this, like I did earlier. All right, that's popping in there pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
I would suggest definitely use a spatula for this part. Get all the little bits and pieces out. Okay, all right. Now for the final part, before we throw it in the oven, we're gonna take the remainder of that other half of the cheese, and we're gonna spread it over the top. Spread it nice and evenly
Either one.
over the top. There we go. We got a nice cheesy top. All right, so we got the oven preheated to 400. We're gonna put it in there for 25 minutes. 25 minutes, y'all. We'll come back. It's gonna be good. All right, let's take a look. Smells good. Nice golden brown.
Looks very full-bodied.
It does. See the bottom on there? All right, I definitely gotta let this cool down before I try it. We'll come back in a minute. All right, let's give this baby a try. Nice and meaty and cornbready. Just gonna do this.
Look at
There we
that.
go. Moment of truth, people. Just want to make sure I get the meat and the cornbread and the cheese. That did not disappoint.
Amen.
That was, I gotta get another bite. This is one y'all want to try for sure. All right, we're gonna do the working man's chicken casserole. We're gonna start with about a pound of chicken that I kind of shredded up myself. It's not perfectly shredded, but it does the job. You know, when you're a working man, you can only have time for so much. Next, we got a can of cream of chicken soup. We're gonna dump in there with it. Watch out for the splattering. Yeah, there we go, that's good. Okay, next, my favorite part, the minced garlic. I'm a big garlic man. We're gonna take 2 tablespoons worth of the minced garlic, dump it in there. In my world, there's never such thing as too much garlic. Next, we're gonna have 12-ounce bag of mixed vegetables. I let it thaw a little bit. If it's still frozen, that's not a big deal. Like I said, this is a working man's casserole, so it's for people don't have that much time, but want to have something good, healthy to eat. All right, next, we got our sharp cheddar cheese. We got about a cup's worth left in here, so we're gonna sprinkle that over the top. And then we're gonna mix it in there. Just get on in there, you know, don't be shy. This does look pretty good, I'm not gonna lie. Okay, next part. We're gonna take the rest of the sour cream I had left over in the fridge and just plop the rest of it on in there. All right, so you wanna just squeeze like you got your toothpaste bottle. Just roll it. Make sure you get the rest of it out of it. This recipe is about being resourceful with what you got. There's, you know, different versions of what you could make with this, but I mean, I really like this version, to be honest with you, because I made it. All right, so I'd say that's about, you know, 1/4 cup of sour cream in there. So let's get that mixed on in there. This is starting to look pretty good, I'm not gonna lie.
This does look good.
Okay, so we got that pretty good and mixed on in there. So we're gonna put this in our baked 13 by 9 dish. Just plop it on in there. All right, so we got that nice on in there. Okay. So let's spread it out, make sure it's even. We don't want it to bake uneven in there. Go. All right, next, this is a really fun part of it. You want to get a bowl, just a regular size bowl, and then we're gonna crunch about a cup's worth of potato chips into the bowl. Just kind of put them on there, and then just pound it. You know, take all the frustration of your workday out on the chips. You know, that's like a multi-purpose thing. You know, there's like some therapy in there, and yeah, that's what you get. Give me that side eye at work. What'd you say to me? So yeah, just get that nice and crunched on in there. I'm gonna get one more. This is gonna create a really awesome crunchy top to this casserole. So what I did is I melted a stick of butter. We're gonna just drizzle this melted stick of butter over the chips. Kind of shake it around, let it get on in there. That's gonna help. We put the butter on it because when it goes in there to bake, it's not gonna get all burnt and stuff now that it has the butter on there. So get that nice on there, and then we're gonna spread it over the top. Right now it may look a little soggy or whatever, but I promise once it's in there baking, it's gonna bake amazing. Don't skip the the buttery part. Just trust me on this, folks. It is worth it. All right, so we got that nice and spread over the top. About ready to throw this baby in the oven. All right, so we're gonna take this baby over to the oven. We're gonna put it in there for 25 to 30 minutes, depending on how long, you know, once it's looking golden brown, it should be ready to come on out of there. So we'll come back in 25, 30 minutes. All right, let's take a look at this. Okay. Ooh, it's looking nice, golden brown and buttery. I cannot wait to dig into this.
Look at those chips on top. Mmm.
Mm.
Salty goodness.
And I think, you know, it was only baking at 350, so I think I can dig right into this baby. So, let's go right into it.
Oh, it smells good.
Mmm. Look at that. Look at that.
Wow, those.
Oh, this is a hearty casserole, y'all. Great after a long day of work. That's right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right, let's get a good bite. I want to get all the different ingredients on there. I don't want to burn myself. I need these taste buds. Mmm. That's good, y'all.
Oh. Oh.
He's spoken. It's good. Y'all gotta try it. All right, today we got one of my favorites, buffalo chicken casserole. We're gonna dump this in this mixing bowl here, and we are just getting the party started. All right, so we got the chicken. Obviously, we need that.
First step.
And then the other, you know, main star of this recipe, we got some buffalo sauce.
Okay.
We're gonna put about a quarter cup's worth in there, maybe a little more. I'm gonna eyeball it. This is kind of at your discretion.
Right.
I'm loving the buffalo stuff, so I'm gonna, you know, it's literally in the name, so.
You like it a little spicier.
Yeah. Okay, next. Very important too. We got some Hidden Valley Ranch.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't no ranch like a Hidden Valley Ranch.
That is true.
Party, because it don't stop. And once again, we're gonna do about a quarter cup of the ranch.
Woo!
In here and
Look
just
at that.
slather it on in there at your discretion. I'm a saucy boy, so I like a lot of sauce
Me too.
in my saucy things,
Right.
casseroles. Okay, also super important. Everything's important in this. Every ingredient matters.
Right.
We got 8-ounce block of cream cheese that we've softened that we're gonna put in there. Okay, so at this point in the recipe, you wanna like just stop for a second and mix up these ingredients that you already have in there. Otherwise, it's going to be a little more challenging trying to mix everything at once.
Ooh.
So just kind of get that cheese and the sauce all mixed together in a nice, loving family of wonderful flavors and ingredients. Ooh, I'm smelling that buffalo sauce.
I know. I'm getting hungry.
All right, so we got that cream cheese pretty good and mixed up in there.
Yeah.
All right, now on to our next part. We got a couple other little things before we put this in our baking dish.
Okay.
Got some bacon pieces. We're gonna put about 3 ounces of bacon pieces up in here. Like I said, I'm eyeballing it, but I want to give y'all, you know, an approximate in case you want to try this at home, which I definitely would suggest doing that.
Can never have too much bacon.
Yeah. So get that mixed in there a little bit. Let me get my little baby spatula to help me. Just, you always got to be prepared, people.
That's a cute spatula.
Soup's cute. Okay, we got those bacon pretty good mixed in there. I mean, I look bacon with everything. All right, and finally, before we throw it in the baking dish, we got some potato chips, y'all.
Whoa.
This is an American casserole.
Wow.
If I've ever made one, this is
You
an
putting
American.
chips in there?
We're gonna put some chips in there. You really don't need to crunch it up because once you mix it in, then you're gonna start getting crunched.
Whoa.
Plus, I love the sound of that crunch, and I don't have to get my hands all oily
Right.
trying to crunch it with my hands, you know. So this is a great American summertime casserole.
Yeah. Now, are you a Ruffles kind of guy or a Lay's kind of guy?
Well, isn't Ruffles like a type of Lay's?
I
You
think-
mean like classic or
Yeah,
the
the
Ruffles?
classic or the one with the-
I'm a classic.
Okay.
I'm a classic. You like the Ruffles?
I'm more of a Ruffles kind of
You know what? I like the Ruffles when it comes down to like the cheddar sour cream type. I'll go with the Ruffles with that. But when it comes to potato chips, I like the classic. Oh, it's kind of weird like that. Okay, so we got those chips pretty well mixed in there. So we're gonna take this mixture that we've made and we're gonna dump it into this 13 by 9 glass baking dish.
Whoa.
Make sure we get all the little pieces and crumbs, all the bacon. Get my little baby spatula to help me out there.
Again.
All right, and then just kind of, you're gonna want to smash it down.
Oh, okay.
Smash that down over the bottom of your baking dish.
Right, kind of a thinner layer, but wow.
Sometimes it's nice having a thinner layer.
It's true. It cooks quicker, you know.
And there's actually still another part. So
Okay. Okay.
all right, so this is looking pretty dang good.
Yeah.
All right, so we got that pretty well flattened out over the top. All right, finally, we want to take some breadcrumbs and just sprinkle it liberally over the top. Get that nice breaded, crunchy top.
Wow.
Not crunchy, but like that breaded thing.
Right,
I can't find the words.
A little like crisp up a
Maybe I
little or
So
texture.
we got those breadcrumbs over the top. And just for just a final little piece, we're gonna put a little bit of the sauce over the top of it.
You are a saucy guy.
Just a tiny bit, just a tiny bit.
Nice.
Give it a little bit of moisture over the top. I'm not
Smart.
not too much because we don't want to overdo it.
Right.
Trying to be careful.
Wow.
Okay.
That looks great.
Spread that out. Just to give it a little bit something on top. All right, so we're gonna take this over to our oven. We're gonna put it in there for 45 minutes at 350. 45 minutes, 350, y'all. All right, let's check this out.
Oh, that looks
Ooh,
great.
yeah. Smells good. Smells just super buffalo-y. All right, let's give it a... Ooh, I could just tell the way that spatula went in there. It's like it baked real nice in there.
And there's like a crisp to the top.
Yeah. Just get a look at that.
Wow. So you want to put that in your mouth.
Steamy. Okay, I'm gonna just go for it. It'll release heat pretty quick. Ooh, look at that. The cheese and the bacon and all that. Oh my gosh. I gotta try this right now. Okay. Oh man. That is steaming. I get one nice blow and then I'm gonna try it.
You're totally gonna burn your mouth. Still going.
Y'all, this is really good. Oh my goodness. It's still a little hot, but I didn't burn myself. Y'all gotta try this for real. I'm making the James Bond jalapeno papa chicken. We're gonna start with a 13 by 9 greased baking dish. Some of you say 9 by 13. We say 13 by 9 here in the UK. All right, now that we have the chicken in there, we're going to take our garlic salt straight from the shores of Leeds. Shaken, you know the rest. Make sure you put ample amount of garlic salt over the chicken. All right, now that we've got that done, we have 8 ounces of softened cream cheese that we're going to put over the top of each piece of chicken. This is where we get our jalapeno popper. You gotta have cream cheese to make it poppin'. How's this looking to you, mate?
This is looking great.
I agree. Handy spatula. All right. So now you're gonna wanna smooth the cream cheese over the top of each thin slice of chicken breast. It's looking yummy and creamy. Oh yeah. This is looking good. All right, so now it's in the name, the jalapenos. We're gonna spread a generous amount of jalapenos over the top of these chickens. Now, some people, if you don't like it, it's spicy. I like it spicy and, you know, lots of jalapenos on there. But if you don't, you could dice these up and have a smaller amount over the top. But for me, I want the juice. I want the seeds. I want everything over the top of this. I want it spicy. I mean, if it's a jalapeno popper dish, I really want it popping in my mouth. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
As you can see from Trader Joe's, great company. All right, now that we have those on there, we have some crumbled bacon pieces that we're going to put over the top of that. Now we're talking. Woo. Looks good, huh?
Very good.
Okay. Now that we have that going on, we're going to take it over the oven. We have it at 350. We're going to put it in there for 45 minutes, and then we have one more step to this recipe. So we'll come back in 45 minutes. All right, let's see how it's looking. It's looking amazing. That's what I think. Wow, look at that. It smells good. Wow. Yes. Okay. We have one more step before it's actually ready. We're gonna take about 1/2 of this bag, which is a cup of shredded cheddar cheese, sharp cheddar. We're gonna just put it over the top. Just put it over the top, just like that. See what I'm doing? Do you see it?
I see it.
Okay, so now we're going to put it back in the oven for just 5 more minutes. 5 more minutes. And then we'll come back and it should be bubbling. All right, so let's look at this final product of what we made. This is beautiful, people. The James Bond jalapeno poppers. Oh my gosh, I smell the bacon. Okay, I think it's time to try. I know it just came out of the oven, but what do you think?
It looks great.
Do you happen to have, well, I'll just use this knife. I bet it's nice, tender and good. Okay, here we go. I want to get a good piece. Let's do this one. I need a jalapeno in it. I need some cheese. I need all this stuff. Actually, make it, I don't want to eat over the, I'm a gentleman. I don't want to eat over the casserole dish. So I'll eat over this, I'll admit. Delightful. This is really good. Okay, this is for real good. It's very good.